Good morning, people. What's up? It is time. Yes, it is time for your morning yard chat. I am your host, Derek Jones. This is Derek Jones Talks Live. This is, though cloudy and possible rain, more than likely rain, the weather out here is toasty. You see, I have no jacket, no nothing. It is glorious. It feels better this way. Like, I love the spring feel of this time of year here. Even though it's not spring yet, but the spring feel. The weather is like the best on the planet. But nevertheless, I digress. That is not why I came on this morning, to talk about this lovely weather. Oh, no. No. Last night, I caught a live stream done by one Lex Vortex. Now, I gotta be honest, I was kind of on my way to probably watching a movie and falling asleep, because I had just did a live stream myself. So I was kind of tired. And like I said, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually like 4 something. About 4:45 I wake up. I don't actually stay out of the bed until like 5 o'clock, but I'm up by then. So anyway, I get tired, man, and I'll be ready to go to sleep. But one of the little groups I'm in, someone sent it in that the brother was live and had a special guest. And I do mean special when I say special guest. The specialist, the most special of guests. Can there be a better guest to have than this fellow? Just special. In the realm of special. So anyways, hold on, let me let this truck pass. So anyways, hold on, mute button ready. So anyway, I get a little message and they said Lex Vortex is live with a special guest. So I go over to take a listen. And boy, was I amazed. I have to tell you, you know when you're not expecting something and then it happens, you know, it's a good feeling. It's cool. And to listen to the way Lex Vortex just wrapped Michael Edwards up like a birthday gift or a Christmas gift of some sort. He literally wrapped him up for me. And I want to send a special thanks to Lex Vortex, if for nothing that alone. Because he doesn't, maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. But the fall of this whole HOK nonsense is going to come that much swifter, that much sooner. Looking at these people and listening to these people, the truth is starting to come out. I predicted the Minion war here on Derek Jones Talks Live, actually on Shame TV Eastwatch. When I first started Shame TV, I predicted the Minion Wars, and they have ramped up. It has begun. It's in full tilt right now. These guys are going at it left and right. Right now, Michael Edwards is distancing himself from Polite while earning his paycheck. While earning his paycheck from Sarnetta. I do believe that Sarnetta is giving him $500 to $700 a month. Maybe even a G note, just to have him as a personal lapdog. Because you see the way he capes for him. Like he came to my page as some troll, and the reason why we knew it was him is because the motherfucker sounds just like him, writes just like him. Listen, and for a word of the wise, Kev and the rest of you idiots, when you make up troll pages, you have to at least, in my opinion, be clever enough to make me think it's somebody else. Don't use the same verbiage like Sarnetta does, and then try to say it's a troll page. Like, nigga, but it sounds just like you. That's a word to the wise. But anywho, Michael Edwards is distancing himself from Polite. He knows that violates his contract with Sarnetta. But I don't think Mike cares, because as a good point, one of the points that Lex Vortex brought up last night, well, not Lex Vortex that he brought up, after the after party, when I was talking to a few people in the background, and one of the points that they missed, one of the points that they brought up were, this is probably some sort of payback for what Sarnetta did, because Michael Edwards was skillfully and subtly distancing himself from that whole Polite madness. And everybody knows that Sarnetta does not distance himself from Polite or his madness or his fuckery. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. Had to take care of something. So anyway, at any rate, this excuse me, hold on, let me get this. Yep. Michael Edwards is probably upset about what Sarnetta did to him, having Khalil Amani and Israel Doctrine on his show right after Mike said what he said. Now, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to start any trouble here, but we do listen when you guys talk, because you ask us to. You do public live streams and shit. And on this live stream, to be honest, Michael Edwards spent most of the time deflecting and seemingly like he was doing some sort of job. I gotta be honest, like, it's like he was defending Polite vigorously, but not like it was a personal vigor, more like a, look, this is my job, this is what I get paid to do type vigor. That's what it seemed like more than anything. It seemed like, and it seems as though, to be honest, that Lex Vortex appeared to know that, like, Michael Edwards, you're being paid by Sarnetta. Stop playing. Like, you can keep saying no to all these people, sort of like but you and I both know nigga, that he's paying you. Because there's no way in hell that you could be banging on this man saying the shit that you was saying. Now, one point I do want to take away from the stream and actually talk about and let people know about is the fact that this individual said out his mouth last night that everything he's ever said about people in this community as far as their house of consciousness and all that shit was 100% true. Okay? That's what Michael Edwards said. Now, we have to remember that Michael Edwards also said that Sonetta was a scam artist. He also said that Sonetta was a liar. He also said that Sonetta got millions of dollars and doesn't pay taxes and should be paying taxes. He also said shit like Sonetta was or wife get food stamps or some shit like that, and he makes all the money off the books, and she blah blah blah. All the shit he used to say before he became Sonetta's friend out of nowhere. All the shit he used to say before out of nowhere, poop, ping, bow, he became Sonetta's friend. Because like I said, when I first remember hearing about Michael Edwards, he was just some guy on YouTube who was banging on Polite and Sonetta and exposing them and their shit. That's what you said. Exactly, King. That's what you said. You said everything that you said so far in this community about people in this community, House of Consciousness included, that all of that shit was 100% true. So that means you believe that you told the 100% truth when you said that Sonetta is a fucking scam artist. Now, we want to know, when did Sonetta repent and change? That's the only question I ever be asking over here, because if you answer it, then I'll stop talking about it. And you don't have to answer it. You're not bound by me to do what the fuck I say. But at the same time, nigga, I'm not bound by you, and I could continue talking about this shit until you answer it. When did you start doing something different? So basically, he the same nigga. He had to have Triple C. Yo, he had to have. There's the way that Lex was talking to him, it was like he was in the know. Like on some chill G, you know what you really said type shit. Or chill nigga, you know what's really going on. And you know I know what's really going on. That's why he wasn't really banging on him, and Lex was saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say to him. I know y'all noticed that. Because he's supposed to be the big bad, I'm way more dangerous than I used to be, Hebrew, whatever the fuck. That's what he told me. I'm still waiting to see it. I love engaging those type of people who feel that they're so superior in some way. So I'd love to see you prove that with me, that you're superior to me. Oh, it's the same shit. I was about to say, somebody made a mistake. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. But that was a great point. That was a point that I really wanted to focus on, guys. Like, nigga, you said everything you said was true. That means all the shit you was talking about Polite, when you was banging on Polite and showing the world how Polite was full of shit and how the whole House of Consciousness was full of shit and all that shit is true, Mike. So why are you over there? Are you doing detective work? Let me know, Michael Edwards. Are you doing detective work? You know what I'm saying? If you're doing detective work, then I don't want to mess up the recon mission. Because that's what Kev Gills was doing. He was just doing detective work. That was my bad. I shouldn't have did that. He let himself get caught on that audio with Sonetta. That's still my favorite audio of the year. Of last year. Like, yo, for the new year, you hear that nigga say with his Cali voice, for the new year, nobody gonna be able to say nothing about Sonetta and Kev Gills. anyway, staying on point because I don't want to lose my points. Yeah, Emmy is definitely a clown. He's put himself in a position now where questions have been are going to be raised. Not just questions about why does Google have him listed as, you know, why does Google have you listed as the poster child for obesity, but also but also, when did Sinetta become different, bro? That's all we want to know. You can stop threatening to do crazy and kooky things to me. You can stop threatening to get my IP address and all that shit. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's called internet terrorism. You're threatening to terrorize me and all my personal information on the web because of a YouTube beef. But you need to answer them questions that Lex Vortex brought up last night. Why are you defending Polite when he's a known scammer? If somebody say that, yo, this nigga owed them 50 racks, why the fuck are you gonna automatically say, oh, nah, that ain't true, but we already caught Polite in all the other fucking lies and scams? It took a full-blown joint investigation just to find out this nigga's name. It took a whole joint investigation from black people on social media just to find out this nigga's name, where he really came from, his brother, homo-ass brother, like, all of that. That nigga little brother looked just like him, too. Polite's brother. Them niggas got a strong, ugly gene in their family. A strong ass ugly gene. Anyway, but that was my favorite part. No, let me get to my favorite part. That was one of my favorite parts. My favorite part of that fucking conversation last night. Oh my God. When that nigga started talking about he don't buy shit from Polite. And that nigga Lex Vortex said, cause you know better. It's the same thing. Now tell me, y'all. Tell me that's not the same setup. What up, Wax? Tell me that that's not the same setup as Young Pharaoh and Unk. Isn't that why Unk and Young Pharaoh begin to have their falling out? Isn't that when Unk and Pharaoh began to have their falling out? Because Unk was telling him, yo, you better not buy shit from Polite, or you better, or whatever the fuck, however that little shit started with them niggas. And Pharaoh came to the conclusion, like, first off, nigga, why the fuck is y'all hanging around this nigga knowing that he's scamming people? Yeah, that's how it went, because Unk went to, told Young Pharaoh, don't go get no status correction from Polite. Like, that shit don't work. He was like, yeah, Unk told him, what'd he say? He was like, if that shit worked, dude, don't you think I would be doing it? So he basically knew that shit was fucking horse shit from the get-go. Especially as far as, where's that shit at right here? Especially as far as what Polite was fucking doing. This nigga Polite, yo. This nigga Michael Edwards was caping for this dude so hard last night. This shit was unbelievable. But he wasn't caping for him in a manner of a person who really wants to back him. Again, it's like a hired hand, an attorney, you know what I mean? Someone who's paid to speak on your behalf. But they ain't really speaking on your behalf with their whole soul and energy behind the shit. And that's not what I saw last night. What I saw last night, heard last night, was an individual who appeared to be being paid to say the things that he was going to say. Point blank, period. And even went so far as to distance himself further from Polite, not only saying that he doesn't buy any of his products, and he never bought any of that stuff, and he don't buy none of that stuff. He was saying things like he don't really have nothing to do with that. But before, nigga, you was straight saying how you and Polite are friends, and you call Polite, and you could do this and you do that. You even said last night that you and Polite aren't friends. That y'all are just associates. What kind of associates? Because you say you do music over there at IBCD Records, and nigga, Polite don't do no music no more. That Lima Bean flow ended years ago. Nawabe. Suka no menayo. That nigga fucking stupid. Polite rapping. I'm gonna play that video again tonight when I do a live stream. Polite raps again. This time he is on IBCD Records or IBCD Row. You a West Coast nigga now? You out there in the West Coast? IBCD Row, nigga. IBCD Records. Yeah, man, he was caping hard, but not to lose focus, because I can sometimes when I joke around a lot. I don't want to forget about the whole point of what I'm talking about, which is the Minion War and how Michael Edwards is probably about to join the Minion War. Like, Michael Edwards didn't have to go on Lex Vortex show last night. He didn't have to do that. Much like Israel Doctor and their glory horse. So I'm sure it's not hard to get them to come on a show. Any show. So that they could just say, I've been on shows all across YouTube and shit, you know. So it's not hard to make that happen. But at the same time, he didn't have to do that. Lex Vortex is openly talking shit about Sonetta. Whether he fucks with him in the background or whatever, I know right now he openly talking shit about that nigga. I think the Minion War has gone into phase 3, where Michael Edwards will stake his claim in the ground as a High Lord. And as a High Lord, among the gods, the laws of gods and men, he's going to stake his own claim for his own rulership. Watch, Sonetta. Watch. It's about to happen. Just as I predicted. It's all about to happen. It started last night. Lex Vortex alluded to some sort of payment that Michael Edwards receives for working for Sonetta. Is this true? Is this true? Does it have any validity to it whatsoever? I believe that it does, but just because I believe that it does doesn't mean that it does. So, this has been your morning live stream. It's great weather out here. I'm gonna have a great day. I wish I had time to go get me breakfast, man. But with morning traffic and where I live now, Like, it's way more traffic coming to work, so it is what it is. Gonna do a live stream tonight, and we're gonna go deeper into this audio of Michael Edwards looking like a fucking fool. Congratulations to Lex Vortex for accomplishing that mission, if that was his mission. Derrick Jones Talks Live. Peace, people.